Okay, so that's just the washing machine in the background. How ridiculous is this? This came out on my Twitter. It opens up as an email newspaper report here on this, but if I email it to my iPad or to one of my other phones or devices, computer, it won't open. It makes me want to buy the purchase of the newspaper, so I have to do it this way. But I thought this is absolutely ludicrous. It's showing that the wheels are falling off. They don't know what they're doing. It's falling apart. Saw, that there's so many. Another pilot died mid-flight, and the co-pilot had to take over. But they're saying, he already had a heart problem, so it wasn't because of the what. But you can read between the lines, and I think they went back and checked the last time that had ever happened, and I think it's only happened like 1 or 2 times in the last 26 years. So it's not a frequent thing. But anyway, so this is from the Gold Coast Bulletin, and as you can see, it says almost 200 unvaccinated Gold Coast health medical staff remain at work despite threats by officials. Almost 200 unvaccinated Gold Coast health staff remain working at the city's overburdened, hospitals, despite threats to put them on indefinite leave. So basically what's happening is they're saying that, all the staff, so there's 200 staff that have refused and have denied or have not accepted, have not submitted to taking the toxic waste, is what I'm going to call it from now on. And they're going, holy shit. I was actually just at my local, you can read this while I'm going through, I was actually talking to the lady at the service station that I talked to quite a bit, and she was like, I just can't wait for everything to get back to normal. I just want to go and visit my daughter in the UK, and if it means that I have to take the jab, I don't want it, but if it means that I get to go and travel and see my daughter, then I'll take it. And I haven't seen her for a couple of weeks, and so I went in this morning before the rain came through, and I said to her, so how have you? She said, yeah, I've had it. She said, but I went and saw my cardiologist, and he told me, because I've got a bit of a heart problem, that if I don't take it, I will die. Yeah, she was full on, and she's like, he told me that it would kill me, and I will die. And I said, yeah, but you've got to get the disease before you die, but she said, no, that's what he told me. She said, when I got there, he was like, you've had it, take that bloody mask off now, because you need to be able to breathe oxygen. Yes. I was like, oh my God. I walked out of there. I was so demoralised. I was like, she used to be a comrade, she was like, we'd talk about it, and she'd go, I'm not taking this stuff here, and it's poison, and it's toxic, and I don't bloody want it, and how dare they, and now she's, he told me that I'd die if I didn't take it. So then to see this, that there's 300 or 200 staff that have not submitted or complied. They've been strong, and they know that we don't have the staff. It even says there, they wondered where the staff are going to be coming from. Health authorities say those who didn't comply would have to take paid leave. Then once used, they could apply for unpaid leave until vaccinated. But what are they going to do when, the lady even was saying to me, she said, and she was talking to her cardiologist about it, that as soon as, the borders open, look at that kid, come and get vaccinated. I say to you. So can you imagine, she said, can you imagine that when, the border opens and all of these infected people flood up here? I said, but do you not understand? I said, have you not been, she said, look at all the cases they've got down in Melbourne, look at them all in Sydney. I said, and look at their vaccination rates. Can you not see a correlation there, a linkage? And you look at our low vaccination rates and how many cases have we got? She said, that's not because, it's because Delta hasn't got here yet. And I was like, oh my God. And I thought, you're lost. I can't even bother trying to talk to you. So I just grabbed my shit and I left. And then I was quite demoralised. So as you can see, the queues are so big. People are packing up trying to get these bloody chairs. So none of them are working at any of the dangerous places. Yeah. In the meantime, unvaccinated staff need to wear a surgical mask in the workplace at all times. Yeah, so what? Yeah. John Wakefield. Wasn't he a musician? No, that's something similar name, but anyway. And the Queensland Health Minister, Yvette Diath. Oh yeah, I've looked at her. She's about my age. She's come from nowhere because they use these people up very quickly. They've got to keep pulling out these new people, new actors in this, change the narrative throughout the plot. So they know that people are getting tired of hearing the same people. And that Premier in New South Wales, the new Premier, he does that eye blocking all the time, and it's driving me insane. I'm not saying that he's a liar or that he's coming up with he's showing deception or anything through body language, but he just does this eye blocking and he closes his eyes for a long time. It's like you can see the cogs in his head turning, going through. It's going, what am I going to say now? I'll just close my eyes and concentrate really hard, and when I open it, it'll be tomorrow, and it'll all be gone. So yeah, somebody I commented, I didn't say anything negative about him because I don't know anything about him. I just said, that his eye shutting his eyes when he's talking is really, I'm finding it very frustrating and annoying, and I wish he'd stop. And they said, it's not a bad thing because I think he's just out of his depth. He's a bit overwhelmed and he really is careful what he's saying. So he's got to concentrate. So he's got to avoid all distractions, and it's called eye blocking, and that's what he's doing to protect himself. And I said, yeah, fair enough. So I'm glad I didn't say anything negative about him. People are bagging him because he's a Catholic and he has 6 children and he's not even 40 yet. And I think he was one of 12 or something. And one of the reporters was asking him, do you know all your siblings' names? Do you remember them all? And I thought, how bloody condescending. If I was him and, I'd been in the job for quite some time and I knew that I'd been vetted by the public already, I would have said, how disgusting to ask me that. I thought, that is really, really disrespectful and quite disgraceful. And so I would block them from ever asking any questions of me again if I was him. I'd say, the way everyone's saying, that they're treating him badly. I've had other people say that, yeah, his father is quite high up in some banking environment, and his dad was something to do with the United Nations, and that he came from a Jesuit school and all of that because, being a Catholic boy. Well, I don't know. That's just what I've heard. And if that's the truth, then it's the truth. Time will tell whether he's a good guy or a bad egg. Just like in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Will he go down the chute when the little Oompa Loompas come out and go, Oompa Loompa, Dimpity Day? We've got a story for you. Like Veronica Shute or Veronica Salt. Veruca Salt, the one that went down. I want one of those golden goose daddies. I want one now. And she went down the chute because she was a bad egg. So maybe time will tell whether he is or not. But yeah, so they're having to backflip on a few things. I've seen in other places as well where they've had to backflip on the whole vaccine passport crap because there's not enough people that are jabbed to do the jobs. And society's not ready for all that artificial intelligence yet. We're annoying. We're disrupting their flow, their vibe. So everybody needs to start being a bit more dysfunctional and saying, hey, if you think I'm going to make life easy for you, get stuffed. It ain't going to happen. So as we'll go back to the angels, because there's lots of angels up in the sky. Skywatcher has been seeing lots and lots of them up at his place, which are beautiful to look at. And, and I think, that there are angels everywhere. And we've got the angels, that classic rock band for Australia with Doc Neeson. Hey, if I ever going to see your face again, no way. Yeah, that's how Aussies tell people that they don't like you. So we can say that to all of them. You can say it in our minds. We don't have to say it verbally, but we can say it in our minds, and we know what we're doing to keep strong. But anyway, take care, look after yourselves, and protect your bloody children. I can't tell you enough, because they are coming hard and hard. You know, they're now saying that they reckon within a couple of weeks that they'll be doing up to 5 years and up here in Australia, which I think is even worse than you in America and in Europe. I don't think you guys have even got to that stage. But yeah, it's disgraceful, and I'm telling everyone high and low as much as I can, and every comment that I put on, protect your bloody kids. Without them, we're all doomed, and that's all I'm saying. So look after yourselves. Take care.